want more G's than the L. I 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 want more G's than the L. Go rap out till I black out. Go rap out till I black out. I want more G's than the L. 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 I want more G's than the
Welcome to the Baltic eSports League Pro Season 1. My name's Derek Danger, and together with me is Cookie. And well, we are already in the week 8 out of 9 weeks, after which there's going to be a LAN event for the top 4 teams. So, well, yesterday we had a couple games and we're going to have one match today as well, after which CSGO will take over.
Yeah, and as every day except Friday, we give away the Hypertown 2-day tickets. So just be active in the chat room, write what you think about the games, what you think about the players, what you think about the plays, and you'll automatically participate in the giveaway. We already have 2 or 3 winners, I think. So it's really easy to win. Just participate and you'll get a 1 free 2-day ticket.
And yeah, well, the giveaway will take place after both of the matches. Yeah, in this case after the CSGO. And well, starting with the schedule, what we saw yesterday were 2 1-1s. First one was Keep Yourself Alive versus Žalgiris eSports, and second one Imantis 5 versus Falcon eSports.
Yeah, and today we'll see Team Salamata play against VU4. I can't wait to see this matchup, as I think both of the teams are really strong, and we have some substitutes coming in for both of them. So, well, we want to see what will happen there. And then on Friday we'll see Surreal Gaming versus NACL, and as well Team Coinswap Gaming versus Iron Bulls.
And well, going in deeper for today, today's matchup, Team Salamata versus Vegan Unit 4, is the 8th place team up against, well, both teams are actually with the same game record, 6 and 8. And well, Team Salamata will have a substitute today, Pucinj. And well, the roster for Team Salamata is Rouge in top lane, Mate in jungle, Pucinj in mid lane, and Helvis and Kapsi in bot lane.
Yeah, and for Vegan Unit 4, we actually have a permanent roster change for Vegan Unit 4. They have Yoft in the top lane, Chafiwal in the jungle, Raske Karsta in mid lane. There's today's sub in ADC position, that is Lakinther, and Inafu as support.
So that's going to be interesting. One substitute on each of the squads. Now we'll have to see how this one pans out, since we have no idea who this Pucinj guy is. We can only speculate because there are only so many Latvian players who are not participating in a BSL. Now, Lakinta, I've heard that name somewhere, but I can't figure out where. So it's going to be pretty interesting, because Inafu has been playing out of his mind on the playmaking supports. And maybe Lakinta is the one who will be able to, well, play off Inafu better than Garu.
Well, Garu was playing really well, so I think it's just maybe Garu couldn't make it to the game, so they subbed in Wakinther. Want to see what he'll be able to do. As yeah, Garu has been really good. I think he's been a good laner, but in the mid game and late game, he hasn't been able to deal as much damage in teamfights as he should. So maybe Wakinther is going to come in to help with that out. And yeah, both the teams are really, I would say, the same level. Well, yeah, the same level. And it's going to be really close games as previously we saw being in Unit 4 were the guys that would react to plays. They wouldn't really be the ones making them. But the last couple of weeks they've been playing out their minds, have been able to find the plays and just snowball the games from there. But even though they get the leads, sometimes they don't finish the games as fast as they could. So maybe Team Salamander will be able to play around that one if they fall behind in the early game and try to come back.
Well, the biggest mismatch is that Team Salamander has been playing off of bot lane. Well, in bot lane, most of the plays and most of the aggression comes from, and VU4 has a substitute there. So if they do not have the synergy, well, between Lattelecom and Inafu, then it could be really, really rough on them.
Yeah, but we've seen the previous 2 weeks that Helvis hasn't had the pressure in the bot lane that he would want to, and if you really can maybe camp the lane or just understand his aggression and know how to play around that, then you usually come out as the winner, because I think Helvis is like has this one playstyle that he does every time where he wants to fight you, even though he loses the matchup, he still fights you. And if you know that it's a winning matchup for you, then you just have to fight it and from there win it.
Well, the last 2 weeks were up against probably one of the top teams. It was Iron Wolves and Keep Yourself Alive. And the AD carries are no pushovers either. Optimus and Nofaz have been playing pretty strong. And well, Optimus had quite a success up against Helvis. Well, versus Nofaz, it was a knife fight. It seemed like Nofaz was winning the lanes, well, Spartan, as his in-game nick, was winning the lanes, but somehow Helvis and Capsy still came behind. Still came behind.
Yeah, and even though I think teams want to have to play through bot lane still, because Rouge usually knows how to get his own advantages in the top lane. So maybe if the mid laner like Putinch or Mata can just ward around top lane, so that Rouge would know where if Chafiwall is coming, then he should have the advantage and should be able to do anything he wants to top lane. While meanwhile on bot lane they just have to camp them, help them out, try and make 4-man plays, dive the enemy bot lane and give Helvis the advantage, because if Helvis does get the advantage, he usually knows how to use it and deals so much damage in teamfights.
So what do you think, which are going to be the main bans in this series? Because I don't know, I haven't checked OPGG for Putin yet, I don't know what he plays, but if my predictions are correct, then they could be like control mages and stuff, so we'll have to see. And is it worth banning out the substitute player, or should you go for the main team strength?
I think that TSM should ban out Chafiol's champ pool and maybe Raska Karste a bit, so that both of them wouldn't have such an impact, because usually they are the ones who take over the game, and leave the support, let Inafu pick up Thresh or Morgana, because most likely he will go with Thresh and then you can pick up Morgana for yourself to counter the pickup. And I think that Capsy will be able to use Morgana better than the other Morganas we've seen that Inafu has played against. So that
but Inafu has picked Thresh into Morgana.
I think that Capsy should be able to know how to play against Thresh as Morgana. So I wouldn't be too worried about bot lane. And then ban out those. And for Vegan Unit 4, I would say they should just ban out some marksmen, some aggressive marksmen like Caitlyn and Jhin or something like that, so that Helvis wouldn't have so much pressure on bot lane, and he wouldn't be able to take over the game. And then they should be fine, I think. Maybe ban out something from top lane so that Rouge wouldn't be on a comfort pick.
So if I understood you correctly, from Team Salamander's side, there's going to be Rek'Sai ban, which has been banned multiple times against Shafilo. Then probably Nidalee as well.
No. I think there's going to be a Nidalee ban, Olaf ban, and a Cassiopeia ban.
Well, I would substitute Olaf for Rek'Sai. So we'll have to see how that one goes. And well, let's check if the players are ready to go into the first champion select.
It looks like we are going to go in soon, but for Mate, we've seen him play Graves a lot. I think that they should just they shouldn't pick up Graves in the jungle. I think because with Graves, I think it's more a farming jungler and that they can deal damage in the mid game, late game. As I think Team Mate need that early aggression from Mate so that he could try and snowball the lanes for them.
So let's see. The Graves has worked out, I would say, okayish for Mate, because like the previous weeks, bot lane did have losses, and Mate was able to just stall the games a little bit with being fed on Graves.
Yeah.
And yeah, the first ban coming through is the Rek'Sai, so 1 point to Gryffindors. So let's see.
Well, I don't know. It's just I think that Chaffewell. There has been games where Rek'Sai is open, but Chaffewell hasn't gone with it, as Rek'Sai isn't in the meta right now as popular. So I think that he wouldn't really take it now as well, as he would want the Olaf or the Nidalee, something like that.
Well, we haven't had the Cassiopeia ban yet, but Talia instead, followed up by Swain from VU4 side.
Yeah, maybe saw the highlight play from Rouge where he got a quadra kill in the Baron pit. Doesn't want to see him on that champion, and Kais as well banned out so that Helvis won't be able to carry in the late game. But I would want to see a Caitlyn ban, because I think if they don't ban it, then it's going to be a
first pick. Yeah. Ornn banned out, so maybe not Caitlyn, maybe it's going to be a Sion first pick.
Well, yeah, it could be if they don't ban out Caitlyn, but I still think if Caitlyn is left open, they will first pick Caitlyn. And then VU4 will go with the Sion on top, most likely. But we've seen that Yoft is more comfortable on Cho'Gath, so I want to see if they can go with that. I would want to see them pick that champion up.
And Camille banned, so both Sion and Caitlyn are open. Now, what do you think about that they're going for? Because, well, they could trade Sion for Cho'Gath, something like that. Let Sion open and just pick up the Caitlyn, but instead Jhin is locked in, so that's a pretty ballsy move. Now, if VU4 now pick up the Morgana themselves, then Jhin would be pretty much defenseless.
Yeah, I would say that the two picks now should be Caitlyn and Morgana. Have a really strong bot lane, a really safe bot lane as well, that you can't really gank or win because of the pickups. So if they would go with that, then it would be really good. I don't think that they should prioritize the top lane for now, as you just pick up a tank and most of the tanks play out the same way. So yeah, just pick up the bot lane so that they would be safe against Helvis, and if they can neutralize bot lane, then it should be fine.
And Caitlyn is locked in now. If that's going to be Morgana, then a possible Tahm Kench pickup from Capsy. But we haven't seen him play Tahm Kench too much.
Yeah, we've seen him play either the poke bot laners or the enhancing bot laners. So we haven't seen too much. And Sejuani actually picked up.
And well, that actually would mean that Team Meta can pick up the Morgana or the same Tahm Kench right now.
Yeah, I think Morgana would fit more in their style, and I don't like the Sejuani pickup as well. I think they could have left it open and picked it up later. Because
now, like, Mate can go for the Trundle pick, which is pretty decent into Sejuani. The team fights might not be that good, but he can ult the Sejuani and make her really squishy. But we got Olaf pick from Mata, and Lulu paired together with Jhin. That's an interesting combo.
Yeah, usually don't see that combo come out. So most likely that will be kind of a half AP Shul to deal a lot of damage in lane.
With a Gunblade and Lichbane.
Yeah, with the Gunblade and Lichbane. And there's going to be Alistar.
Well, Alistar could be really good versus the immobile Jhin and Lulu. So they are already set to just camp the bottom lane.
Yeah, and that is from the three picks. You can already see that that could be their game plan, but I think Morgana would have been a lot better, as then they would have a 2 range versus 2 range matchup. As here, if Capsy and Helvis play well, as we usually see them do, then they should be able to take over the lane.
Yeah, but if Sejuani doesn't follow too far behind, if Mara doesn't just invade Chafilo over and over again, then once Sejuani is 6, they can just perma-dive the Jhin and Lulu. And, well, when Alistar gets level 6, it gets only better. And they get a pretty strong front line already with Sejuani and Alistar. And I would suspect that Raska Karstar should just go for the Azir here, or maybe Cassiopeia, but Azir would be better, in my opinion.
Yeah, that would give them a lot of range in team fights and a lot of kite potential with a really beefy front line. And that would be a really good team fighting composition with a lot of engage if they find a pick. But yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say, as I would have liked Chafil on a more of a carry jungler. I think he's one of their main damage dealers, I would say, carries in the team. And if you give him Sejuani, it's a bit harder to do so. You can still have a lot of pressure on the map, but I think usually he's the one that solo kills the jungler or just wins the 2v2s because he deals a lot of damage, and with Sejuani you won't be able to see that from him.
Well, Cassiopeia is hovered, but Sejuani can really play both of the playstyles. She can go super aggressive in the early game, or she can just permafarm. And in team fights, it seems like she'll be on the peeling duties, as there's not too much of threats on Team Solomata's side.
And we still have to see the mid laner for Team Solomata, and that is Syndra picked up for them, and that means that, yeah, it's going to be an interesting composition from them and Renekton.
That narrows down who can be the mid lane player, since there's pretty much one Syndra, one trick in Latvia, who is in the, pretty much friends with all the Team Solomata's players. And, that's going to be pretty interesting, since not a lot of people play Syndra nowadays, and if you are not used to playing against Syndra, you could really get caught off.
Yeah, and I want to see what the Syndra will be able to do against Cassiopeia, because if Cassiopeia lands the poison, then she gets some movement speed, and it's really easy to kite the damage from Syndra.
And, the last pick is a Teemo, but that's a placeholder for Gnar.
So they will have a Gnar versus Renekton top lane. I think that goes into favor of Renekton.
In the early game, yes, but afterwards, we'll have to see with Conqueror. I am not really sure at what point Renekton falls off.
Well, I think since the Stoneplate came in, then Renekton doesn't really fall off too much, as he...
Too early.
Yeah, because he gets a lot of damage, but still is really tanky in the fights when he needs to be tanky. And that's why I think Renekton when the Stoneplate came out, I think Renekton became really popular and is still really strong because of that.
Yeah, and but at the same time, if Gnar gets an early advantage, then he could just nullify Renekton, and once Gnar hits 2 items, he can effectively kite Renekton forever.
Yeah, it should be easy for them, but I think I prefer. It's hard to say. I didn't predict them to go with these team compositions. I thought that they would play completely different ones. So I don't really know which ones I like more. I guess I like Team Solomata's more.
I like the Renekton pick because they already have Olaf, and together with Renekton they have a really strong 2v2 on top side. Renekton will just push in the Gnar almost 24/7. So that means Olaf will have free invades on top side. Rouge will be the first one to assist Mara. And while the players are loading in, we'll go into a short break, after which the first game between Team Solomata and VU4 will take place. welcome back, and then we are in the first game between Team Solomata versus Vegan Unit 4. And well, this is going to be a pretty exciting match, and I want to see what this Jhin Lulu can do on the bot lane. Because, well, even though that combo doesn't go really well together, Lulu was, well, used to be Capsy's probably favorite champion a couple of seasons ago.
Well, they will have a lot of poke in lane, and it's going to be easier for Jhin to end his Deadly Flourish as Lulu will slow the target. So I think it will work fine, just it's going to be in the late game. The Lulu pick won't work as well. Her shield and W won't work that good with Jhin.
And compared to an Alistar, it's pretty rough, but there could be a phase check level 1. They are baiting it out. They probably know what's up. And this is the first game in a while where Team Solomata didn't invade. Well, they have a pretty rough invade comp, and level 1 action going down, a little bit damage on the Nafu, and he will be forced to back as it's pretty scary going up against Jin's 4th shot, and they're pushing forwards. It's like minute 20 and still fighting. So a big win for Team Solomata's bot lane here, as they'll be probably able to catch the XP and maybe zone out the Caitlyn Alistar a little bit more.
Yeah, and this will just give them a bit of an advantage, as
they are already getting the dominance on bot lane. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, Jhin has the boots and 4 potions, so that's why he is able to just even take these unfavorable trades, because he has more potions, and then he can just force them out of the enemy. This will just give them a big advantage bot lane.
And well, already focusing down the substitute AD carry for Vegan Unit 4. Now both junglers started without their bot lanes held, but in this case, the melee versus range support matchup is heavily punished.
Yeah, and this is what I was afraid of when they came in, as if Jhin and Wu have an easier time against Alstars, they are both ranged and they can poke a lot. And if Inafu cannot get the early level 1s as good as they should, then it's going to be really hard, and they're always going to be playing from behind.
And well, Olaf already taking the blue buff while Johnny took the time to take the Skull Crab, get a bit of early vision.
Yeah, so that there wouldn't be an early dive on bot lane, as they could try and do it, but Olaf is on top side, so he's going to be able to help top lane. But right now, every single lane from Team Solomata is pushing in. Well, now top lane is going to be pushing back to Roche.
But yeah, all 3 of the lanes are winning matchups, as Syndra is a pretty scary lane bully. But we don't see her too much lately. And for a reason already, the stun goes down from Scatter the Weekend. Mata takes the first blood with the reckless swing.
That is going, yeah, and if they can keep doing this, then there should be a 20-minute win for Team Solomata.
And already no flash for Aska Karstai. He will have the teleport though.
So we won't lose too much XP and gold there, but still, that's
and well, they're going on Yaft on top lane. Yaft flashed away, but Rush flashed forwards, and Yaft with no flash, no jump, no nothing is going to fall as well. 2 kills for Mata already, 4 minutes in.
Has been able to give a lot of pressure to his team, and that's everything that they want to do, is get the early kills so they can snowball the game before it goes too late into it, as I think in the late game it favors Vegan Unit 4 a bit more.
And well, Raska Karstai getting some early vision near the Raptors, so well, yeah, Raptors is probably the most contested camp, and that's the one camp junglers never miss out, so they'll be able to spot out where Mata is when he decides to take him.
And Elvis and Capsy both saw that Sejuani is bot side, so they don't want to play aggressive now.
As the wave is pushing into them, they do not have to. Let's hope that they do not get baited in by the cannon minion, but actually the wave pushes fast enough for them not to miss the cannon minion.
Yeah, Sheffield spots Mata on the Raptors, so both of the teams know where the junglers are now, as a big wave is going to crash into Raska Karstai's turret.
And yeah, Raskikarstar should be careful because Syndra will hit 6 after the next wave, while Raskikarstar just got level 5 and with no mana. And they're going on Chafilo. Chafilo still has flash, but he has to be careful. Undertow comes two axes hit, one more should be enough for. It actually wouldn't, as the health potion is ticking. And well, heavy fight on bot lane. Inafu has to flash away. Lakinte flashes away as well. Helvis will not follow up as he did not have enough damage and no mana for the bouncing grenade.
Yeah, and Lakinte still had heal.
And Chafilo thinking about it, no vision on him. But Mata is already running there.
Yeah, they could
He's
try and
trying to
dive.
spot him out. Now, he will go for the wolves. Or will he? Yes, he will. So Mate doing so much in the early game already.
They could go with a dive bot lane as Lakinte and Inafu still are there.
And well, Mate will find Chafilo. Undertow hits, but it doesn't slow down Sejani due to the passive.
Yeah, but Rouge roamed the middle and Raskikarstar in a lot of trouble and is going to fall to the ultimate of Syndra. So...
And well, Helvis gets a kill on the Chafilo. And Mata with the killing spree. Used the flash to get the axe down. Helvis even flashed, but he was a little bit too late to cash in on the kill.
Yeah, and Team Mata just styling on being in Unit 4 now. And it doesn't seem that they are going to stop as they are just going to keep growing their lead. The first Blood Church most likely is going to fall down bot lane as there's a big wave and so much damage going on to the turret.
And the first Drake is going to be Ocean Drake. Now let's see if they decide to go for that. Helvis gets the full gold on the first Blood turret. So Helvis, the first back already with 2800 gold. That's pretty crazy.
And I like the idea of Inafu to kick out Helvis from that full local gold.
But if you get the last hit, you still get it no matter how far you are.
Oh, unlucky.
Even with a banner minion, if the banner minion kills it for your or Rift Herald. Now Mata finds Raskikarstar. Raskikarstar level 6. Now Mata falls a little bit too low and a little bit too close for comfort. So yeah, he just backs away as he has maybe not tons of gold, but soon will be enough for the jungle upgrade.
And a big wave now crashing into bot lane, but Rouge is going to be the one to answer that as Helvis and Capsi already are top lane.
And they will try to catch out Yaft, but well, Yaft deals some damage back and the Stone Plate's a little bit too, makes him a little bit too tanky for a favorable trade from Helvis.
And yeah, this is what I thought is that Chafilo on Syndra pick hasn't been able to do anything this game. And if he would have been on Nidalee or something like that, then he would have at least been able to try and kill somebody and fight, maybe even fight Mata. But it doesn't seem like this is going to be the case this game.
But the problem with Nidalee is that if Nidalee falls behind early, or Nidalee, for example, is like 1 kill up and his whole team is behind like now, it's really hard to come back with Nidalee. And well, Raskikarstar in trouble, flashes away, but still will die. Putinj gets the kill. 4-shot lands onto Chafilo, but well, he still has like 200 HP. And yeah, as I was saying, it's pretty hard to coming back into the game with Nidalee. But with Sejuani, there's at least some hope as tanks, well, tank jungles are not so gold reliant.
But for now, Team Mata are really in the driver's seat, already 5k ahead.
9 minutes in.
9 minutes in, and that's
this might be actually the biggest gold lead to 10 minutes we've seen so far.
Could be, and a really clean game from Team Mata right now. If they can just keep doing this, then they should be able to close out the game.
And it all started from level 1, from Capsi and Helvis, as they completely destroyed Lakinte and Inafu on bot lane. And well, Helvis looking for back. He has to back now because he has no mana. The wave's pushed in, has no support of Capsi yet, but well, it seems like he'll stick around.
Yeah, maybe fakes the back so he could pick up the minions here. Won't be stopped from taking the minions there.
And yeah, he still needs a around 2 waves to finish off his Infinity Edge, maybe 1 since it's the cannon wave, so he'll just stick around. Probably they will not push down the top lane turret yet, as Mate is on the bot side. And well, pretty rough situation for Vegan Unit 4 here, since they're completely cornered and pushed out of their jungler. And well, Yaft will jump away, but still gets stunned. Undertow comes in. Yaft does have flash, and he uses it.
Yeah, use it is safe, but Ocean Drake is still not picked up by anyone. Team Somada haven't wanted to pick that up, as they just want to keep the pressure on Vegan Unit 4 and not
a
let them
big
breathe.
trade on top lane. Inafu got ignited, so Lakinta had to use the heal. Now Helvis does have Curtain Call, but doesn't have the mana yet. We'll have it soon, and Vegan Unit 4 is already backing off. So they might even get the top lane turret, or at least significant damage on it.
Yeah, they don't have the minions yet, so it will be hard for them to pick up with this wave. Masako won't be able to do it next wave as well, as Jin and Wu don't have the turret-taking prowess as Tristan or Jinx.
Well, they will try, because Inafu will be the first one coming to top lane, and he's pretty far from that. Now, there is a ward on top lane which is going to time out, so no teleport threats as well from Yaft.
And the turret is taken right up. Yeah, it's taken. Nice. So there's 3 turrets, there's none for now. And a really strong game from Team Somada. They haven't really taken the natural objectives like Rift Herald or Ocean Drake.
Well, they probably don't want to take Ocean Drake, or didn't want to take it till now, since it would kind of ruin the momentum. They need to be, well, for the first couple of turrets, for the first line of defense, the tier 1s, they really need to rotate as fast as possible. Do not let Vegan Unit 4 any time to breathe, any time to get an extra farm, or maybe try to trap the enemies. Since if they just rotate one turret after the other, they'll for sure be first there, since enemies will be clearing the waves from the previous lane you pushed in.
Yeah, but the Rift Herald could be a good objective for them, as that will allow them to. Well, we saw, I think it was Iron Wolves, yeah, they were the ones that had this lead in the early game. They picked up Rift Herald and were able to open the inhibitor with that, so want to see if Team Somada are going to try doing something like that.
Well, they will take the Drake first, because in these kind of, they already will initiate the siege phase of the game, like 13 minutes in. And at that point, Ocean Drake is really beneficial. Both cases, either if you're on the offensive or the defensive side.
Yeah, and the next track is going to be Inferno, so Team Somada are pretty happy about that one. As if they can pick that up as well, then that should give them a really good
well,
lead.
if the game's going to last that long.
Yeah. Rouge and Putin now picking up the Rift Herald, so they'll have that objective as well. Nobody can really contest that, and it's going to give them a lot of power to open up at least, well, not if not get the inhibitor, then get the inhibitor turret. And
well, yeah, we got the Rift Herald, we got the Drake, well, Ocean Drake in this case. And now, probably, Team Somada will try to 4-1 this, yeah, try to break the tier 2s right now. The only thing is that Rouge has the Rift Herald, so maybe he can pull 2 or 3 people to the top lane for himself while his team pushes out mid lane.
Yeah, the Rift Herald is on Rouge. Did you say that?
Yeah.
Okay, okay, brain fart. And as Team Somada are looking to get vision in their jungle.
Only poke damage, but so much damage landing on Lakinta. Now, Mata has to use the Ragnarok, and Kurnikal comes in, and Lakinta super low, and Helvis snipes him. Now, Capsy gets a kill on Chafilo. Inafu, Raski, Karistan, and Yaft still alive, and Syndro will have this ultimate pretty soon, so they have to be careful, as Team Somada are pushing down top lane together with Rift Herald. And, well, the death time is super low. Capsy flashed away, 3-man knockup from Inafu, but that's not going to be enough as they go in. Yaft jumps over the wall and will be safe, but now there's 5 people on the inhibitor turret on top side.
Yeah, and they I think they won't be able to pick up the inhibitor here. They are pretty low.
And will back away from the turret as well. But they have to... Yeah, VU4 has to be careful, as in 10 seconds Syndra's ultimate will come up. But yeah, Team Solomata doing the smart play, the safe play, just backing off. We'll get a bit of damage on middle lane turret, but that's about it. Now they have quite some gold on, yeah, on them. Walking around with a lot of gold is not too good. Elvis, after backing, will pick up the rapid fire cannon. That it should be enough for Team Solomata to have the necessary picks for them to finish the game.
Yeah, the rapid fire cannon helps a lot with turrets, taking the turret. So if they can pick that up, that will just give their siege comp even more damage. But Rouge right now setting up the bot lane wave. Okay, not setting up, just recon, but it is going to slow push to top lane.
It's probably not. We'll have to see though. It could actually backfire and push to TSM's side, since there was only one minion. And the minions from Vegan all focused at one minion, so it should be pushing in, but we'll have to see.
Sometimes don't know how the minion.
Yeah, minion RNG can like sometimes mess up a good play, but current call comes down. Elvis with the aggression, just randomly using the ultimate, got 2 small raptors, so maybe a win.
Maybe worth. I think it's always worth to trade mana for gold.
Well, not always. If you do not have mana for the fight, it could be really rough on you. And now the minions in bot lane, as predicted, will push into Team Solomata's side. Now let's see, it seems like the fight could break down any moment now. Elvis does have the flash, so he's playing the frontline AD carry here with rapid fire cannon. Alsta gets stunned by Scatter the Weekend, uses the ultimate already, so will not have the tankiness in team fights. It will be pretty hard to go in when you can just get one-shotted. And this Syndra pick really working out. 50 CS ahead of the Cassiopeia, 203 on the debut game for Putinj.
Yeah. Well, we saw Putinj play. It wasn't Putinj, it was quite explained to the account of Putinj on Team Conflict Gaming.
And well, the bot lane is pushing into Vegan Info. After all, I did not take in consideration that if you have a level lead over the enemies, your minions are stronger as well. So that's a change that happened like 2 years ago, and I'm still not used to it. And well, big engage onto Putinj. Syndra does not use any summoners. Oh, pretty confident play from him. And well, the top lane inhibitor turret falls. Mata with the Righteous Glory goes in to just throw one undertow. Will not hit anyone. And what an interaction. Inafu goes in, but Scatter the Weak kills him. And a 3-man Gnar ultimate from Yoft flashes away. Now everyone's still alive from Team Solomata's side. And what's happening there? No one falls, everyone's super low. And that's going to be the inhibitor on top lane.
But what are they? They should be able to recall here and get back. The Vegan Uniform won't be able to do anything about this one.
And the Infernal Drake's coming up, and the play was so good from them, but they were just too far behind and didn't have the necessary damage. And so far, a perfect game from Team Solomata.
Yeah, almost got ruined there, as almost Mata fouled there, but did manage to survive somehow. I don't know how. Chafuel now checking if they are taking Infernal Drake, but they haven't started it yet. And maybe I would like to see a perfect game from Team Solomata.
It would be the first perfect game in BSL so far. And yeah, they have gotten this lead through individual outplays and just skill disparity between the teams. Specifically through the bot lane. Well, and Mata with a pretty aggressive early game managed to get 3 kills on him in the first 4 or 5 minutes. And now has snowballed the lead to first inhibitor on top side.
And Helvis actually gets the blue buff.
And well, that's yeah, maybe after the games we'll ask him what was the thought process there, as Syndra even though she probably won't have mana problems with the Seraph's Embrace. And yeah, but blue buff's always nice as it gives you CDR.
Well, Helves doesn't have Essence Reaver yet. It doesn't seem like he's going to build it anytime soon, so maybe they just wanted to give it to him.
But they have the, I don't think that they wanted to give it to him. They have the Ocean Drake, that's enough mana regen for Jhin. And Volkernikal comes down, he's trying to snipe down Nafu, misses 1, misses 2, misses 3. Putinj comes in, uses Scatter the Weak without any balls. And yeah, Nafu will get away safely. Now they took the Drake, they will just try to push down the bottom lane, since that is the only tier 2 turret still alive. And they should have no problem with that.
Yeah, I don't see how Vegan 4 could protect it, and if they would try it.
13k behind, 20 minutes in. That's pretty rough, or well no, they will just default to mid lane as Rouge is pushing down to bot lane, going against Aft. Now, let's see if Raskikarstak can make the play here. He has the Flash and the Petrifying Gaze. Maybe they can try to do a wombo combo here, but do they have the damage to kill any of the targets there?
I don't think they do. And Wu is also going to be there to give the shields or ultimate, so it's going to be really, really hard for Vegan Unit 4 to do anything this game.
And Team Solomata playing it so safe and so smart. Do not go in to throw the game or try some unnecessary fights. They're just playing to their win conditions, playing to their champions. Jhin staying in range only for rapid fire cannon and uses the W's once in a while to try to snare someone. Syndra the same, uses the Scared Weak to get some openings up. And they have a pretty good combo and a big fight coming in. 2-man Sejuani alt, but no one dies yet. Nafu gets killed by Putinj. Double kill for Putinj on this Syndra now. Righteous Glory comes in. Same does Curtain Call. Rouge gets the kill on Chafilo. And only 2 members alive from Vegan Info. That is Yaft and Lakenta. So Team Solomata are pushing down the 3rd inhibitor turret and probably the 3rd inhibitor. And Lakenta just doesn't have the items yet to wave clear or contest them there.
Yeah, he would need at least a static shift to try and defend this, but it does seem like Team Solomata will try and go for the game.
Teleport comes in from Rouge. Now they have to be careful here because these situations are the ones where the most misplays happen, but I don't think that Vegan Info can defend this. They are too far behind. And well, Putinj getting low, dodges the big rock. And well, they are going for Putinj, ruining the KDA. And he's still alive. Heal comes through. Chafilo falls. Helvis gets the kill. And now the next one's going to be Nafu. Double kill for Helvis. And Putinj is still alive with the late heal from Helvis. Baited them in. And this should be the first game between Team Solomata and Vegan Unit 4. And a perfect game coming through. But it's a little bit too early to say something. Maybe they'll just dive the fountain. Rouge flashes is in for the combo. Does not get the kill. But that is game 1 going to Team Solomata. 16-1. And well, the gold lead was pretty immaculate as well.
And this is the first perfect game we have coming in. I didn't think that this was going to be this one-sided. I thought the Vegan Unit 4 are going to have a better... they would have been able to kind of fight back a lot better than they did. But yeah, sometimes happens.
And well, the substitute coming in for Always. Putinj on the Syndra playing super confidently, playing front lane, same with Helvis. They knew what they had to do. They had Capsy to back them up with shields and movement speed. Rouge taking top lane, pretty much 1v1 as well. And Mata with early game pressure managed to get all the lanes ahead. Well, bot lane was ahead either way, but still. And what do you think? What can Vegan Info do for the second game?
I think they just have to play what they usually play. This is something that we haven't seen from them yet, and as we saw here, it didn't work out as well.
This seemed like something from the first weeks of the BSL where Vegan Info tried to go for the team fight comps, and it didn't really work out for them.
Yeah, I think Vegan Unit 4 have to get the early lead. So they can do that if Chafilo gets something like Olaf, Trundle, or Nidalee, or something like that, a carry jungler for themselves. And then top lane, I think he should just go with Cho'Gath for Yoft, and Morgana or Thresh, something more playmaking or easier to make a play that you don't have, you're not in immediate trouble when you make the play on Inafu.
But can you go for the knife fights which versus such monster players as Helvis and Mara, both just leading the team to victory? So it's going to be pretty rough, and well, we'll take a short break, after which we'll jump right into the second champion select between Team Solar Mata and Vegan Unit 4.
G's than the L. I want more 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 G's than the L. So rap out till I black out.
Welcome back to the BSL, and we are in the second Champions League between Vegan Unit 4 versus Team Solomata, and Team Solomata had a perfect first game going 16-0, not a single turret falling, not a single kill given away. And for the second game, well, we see the same Kaiser ban from Vegan Unit 4, followed up by the same Rek'Sai ban. So far, the same stuff as in the first game. Maybe, just maybe Vegan Unit 4 thinks that their draft was okay. But we'll have to see. Those are only the first bans.
Yeah, well, I don't think that Vegan Unit 4 draft was okay, but I don't think that they should ban any champions that Team Solomata picked in the last game. Maybe the Syndrome, but still I think that they should ban the same ones, as they do ban Olaf. But I think that they just have to pick champions that they usually play. They have to do the same strat they have done before, because that works for them. That's what they know how to execute. And yeah, they won against Imantis 5 with that play, so why wouldn't they win against Team Solomata with the same play?
Well, we'll have to see. Maybe they'll try to ban the Jhin right now and pick the same Caitlyn. And in that case, well, it would be up to Helvis what to play. Maybe he would go for Ezreal or something like that. And the third ban is the Sion. So similar bans as in the first game, but Sion going through instead of the Ornn.
And I want to see the Caitlyn still being first picked. And if they do, then most likely it's going to be the same Jhin. I don't know if it's going to be Lulu, but let's say Jhin Lulu picked up for Team Solomata. And then I would say Nidalee or something like that in the jungle.
So we'll have to see. Ornn banned from Team Solomata side, so Sion and Ornn both banned. Those are probably the safest top laners, and Swain was left open, and it's first pick by Yaft.
We still don't know if it's going to be mid or top. It is going to be flexed for now, as Trundle is open. So I don't really like the Olaf ban, because if Olaf is banned, you can just pick up Trundle, and when Olaf comes in, you just ult Olaf, and he's so squishy that you can just one-shot him there. So, meh, I don't know. Could have drafted better, maybe.
Well, we'll have to see. Sejuani is still open if Chafilo decides to go for that second time in a row. Jhin locked in by Helvis, and will we see the support here, or will they just pick something else? And no, they do not want to show off the rest of the draft. Bot lane is comfortable enough on the Jhin plus Lulu.
And the Trundle insta-lock from Chafilo, but I don't think that it's good. And Gangplank also picked up.
Well, Gangplank probably for Yaft, and I suspect that we'll see Mata on the Jax. Now Cassiopeia hover from Putinj. Syndra is still open, so maybe they can just leave the mid lane pick for the last. and just pick up the Jax right now.
Yeah, they could. But yeah, I don't know if they should have picked up Trundle now, as we don't see any tanks from TSM, and if they don't have tanks, and Trundle is kind of not as good, and then you would have liked Jax more in the jungle, or the Nidalee even more. As I don't know why Yoft has been like why Chafiwal hasn't been playing the normal the junglers that he used to play. He has gone from Nidalee and what else was he? Nidalee Olaf. Those were his two most played champions before, and they were winning games and looking really strong when he had those champions. And now he's completely like converted to Trundle and.
Well, the meta has changed a little bit. Trundle is probably the strongest pick right now in the jungle, and the only strong pick against the Trundle is the Jax. So I would suspect that there's going to be a Jax ban from VU4. If not, then probably will be picked up by Mata, because he played Jax even before it was a heavy meta jungler.
Graves is still open, so Mata could also go with that one. And I think Graves is pretty good against Trundle.
But if he can kite it away, and well, Caitlyn and Morgana banned from Team Soul Mata's side. So bot lane focused, and we'll have to see what this substitute AD carry can do for VU4.
The first game wasn't too good, but I think that they would have. It would have been okay if they wouldn't have. They knew that Helvis and Capsy was in the brush, so I don't understand why they still wanted to fight it.
Well, maybe they thought it would go differently, but yeah, who knows? Maybe they'll have a fine adaptation from the first game. And well, Nidalee hovered and maybe locked in for Mata, and that would be interesting. Nidalee versus Trundle, and it is now. Nidalee, all of their team is quite squishy right now. Only the top lane isn't picked up, and versus the Gangplank. Even though Camille is banned, maybe we'll see Irelia or something like that come out from Rouge.
I think Renekton is also pretty good against Gangplank.
Renekton, you can pick up the Cho'Gath as well, since in the early game Cho'Gath's pretty good against Gangplank. Gangplank can't really do anything. He can try to farm up with the Kleptomancy, try to get some extra gold, but Cho'Gath is just too strong in the early game.
Yeah, and enough of now picking up the Janna. I would have liked Thresh more. They don't have too much mobility on TSM's side. They could catch out Cassiopeia or Jhin and peel easily enough for Tristan, and maybe even get kills on bot lane. So I don't know why he hasn't opted into those picks yet. Maybe he hasn't been feeling as comfortable as before.
Well, maybe they just want to fight Ardents with Ardents. Even though I did not catch if Capsy did go for the Ardent sensor in the game 1.
I also didn't check it out. But I think it didn't. I think it was... Yeah, I don't know what it was.
It could be like Redemption or something.
Yeah, most likely.
And well, we got all the picks locked in. A pretty scary team fight coming in from VU4, while Team Soul Mata has more of a... Well, win early, win the game.
Yeah, basically the same as they had last game. And if Chafiwal cannot put out enough pressure in the early game, then I think this is going to be also a one-sided game for Team Soul Mata, because they are mechanically strong, they know how to win lanes. And it's just going to be on to VU4 if they can survive the early game, and if they go to late game, then I think they should be able to win it.
And well, as the players are loading in, we have to remind you about the giveaway which is happening today. 1 ticket for both days to the Hypertown Riga Expo, and to participate in the giveaway you just have to be active in the chat throughout the stream, and at the end of the stream we're going to announce the winner. And for now we'll take a short break, after which the game 2 between VU4 versus Team Soul Mata will take place.
Never forgive Lakita for murdering our mother.
I've been cooperating, you're just not listening.
You're not listening to me.
Pasaules top seriāli. Skaties visas sezonas uzreiz visos tavos ekrānos. Shortcut films. Tikai €6 mēnesī. Shortcut. Tu redzēsi.
You spray.
You awkward. You're gold. Smell fresh all day with new Axe Gold Body Spray.
Welcome back to the BSL, and we are in the second game between VU4 versus Team Solmata. And in the first game we did not see invades or anything. And it seems like that the players are spreading out from both teams, so we'll probably not see in the second one as well.
Yeah, it's hard to say. Both teams are just playing it safe. This is something that we don't usually see from
Helvis
them.
and Capsy going for two-man invade, and they were not spotted. And well, it's a pretty interesting maneuver as Inafu and La Quinta went straight to the bottom lane brush, while Team Solmada's bot lane are sitting in the tri-brush.
Yeah, but Yoft face-checked Rouge, but they will just exchange some poke and fall back. Nobody had to use any summoner spells, as Helvis is going to go into Raska Karistaya. But yeah, he played it a bit safe, so won't run right into him.
And well, a slight lead for VU4. To be precise, 65 gold from the Kleptomancy, cashed in from Yaft. And well, this time Mate starting with the blue buff, so La Quinta and Nafu will have the early push if they decide to go for that.
Yeah, and they have a pretty safe lane, so they just have to play the safest they can. Most likely will have to give up a 20 CS lead against Helvis just to play the safe as they can, get out of the lane so that they could be as strong as they can be for the later game. And as well, again, being in Unit 4 have, I would say, losing matchups in all the lanes, so they just have to play it safe and try and get it to 30 minutes.
Well, it seems like La Quinta has some nerves here as he just really missed two CS in a row. That happens sometimes. Maybe he's excited to play in BESL.
It's hard with Tristana to get all the three of them.
Yeah, but it was a free situation there. But
No,
yeah, happens to the best of us.
Sometimes. I think I saw Records once miss all three. Or two.
Not reckless.
Has enough already to half health. So yeah, the fourth crit is something that you can't really dismiss.
And well, Chafilo going on Mata already and forces Mate's flash out. So already early skirmishes coming down on top lane. Rouge pretty low, will have to back out. Let's see if Chafilo does not see him, so will not interrupt the recall. And Yaft already with the lane dominance on top lane, forcing out the teleport.
Yeah,
and now Chafilo going on to Mata will smite the big raptor, and yeah, not an easy game for Mata so far.
Would have been, and so this is what we want to see from Sheffield, just getting a lot of pressure on the map, not letting him gank or get any advantage in the other lanes.
And talk about pressure, look at the bottom lane, a huge wave stacked for Team Solmata there. They're just forcing out, well, winning all the trades they want. Vegan and False bot lane is pretty scared to go up against them, and to CS such a big wave with Tristana under the turret is really rough job to do.
Yeah, the passive from her just...
And on top lane, Rouge getting super low already after the recall. Now, Yaft uses the orange, and Rouge gets the first blood on top lane. Now, Yaft used the orange before Rouge threw out the stun. So both top lane is flashed, but now Rouge does not have the teleport, while Yaft will be able to teleport back to lane.
And already a 13 minion lead for Helvis, so those are two waves that Wakinter has missed out on, and that's going to hurt its gold lead, but they just have to play it safe. Whatever they do, they can't die here, as if they die then Helvis and Capsy can just start snowballing the lane even further, and they just need Tristana just needs 3 items in 30 minutes and she will be able to deal a lot of damage.
And in this situation, it's pretty rough taking the ban hand of the trade. And well, Chafilo fights with Mara, but here comes Putinch, and well, they get their kill. They get killed on Chafilo. Chafilo stayed a little bit too long, didn't even use the flash as the miasma was put down. And on bot lane, what I was saying that, well, they have two choices. They can either give up the CS or die and give up the CS. So
yeah.
That's the big dilemma. Helvis does have the flash and is looking to go aggressive. We'll take a couple of turret shots in advance. Now he'll forced out of Lackington, and it seems like they're just not prepared to go up against this crazy bot lane that is Helvis and Capsy.
Yeah, it's a really dominant bot lane. One of the best bot lanes in Latvia, I would say. Like,
probably the best.
Yeah, the only ones that could contend with them are
Me, probably.
Fabi and Rutsko, or Derek and Cookie. We just would have to know which one's going to be the support on the bot lane, and we would be able to like maybe win, most likely win against them.
And yeah, well, I wouldn't agree on the Fabi and Rutsko in this case, but they are the top bot lane right now. No one really to contest them. And when was the last time we saw these two bot lanes match up against each other?
I think next week they're going to match up against each other.
Or will they?
Yeah, next week Imans 5 will play against Team Salamata.
So that's going to be the test of wits, a pretty exciting matchup. As well, I would say that for the AD carry specifically, they have different playstyles. Fabi and Helvis, as Fabi is usually just doesn't lose any lanes and is pretty safe with all positions. Now Chafilo goes in deep, but yeah, Mate shields are just a little bit too much here.
But that just gives Lakinter some time to farm up this giant wave, and I think Chafilo should go bot side even more often, like not try and gank, but just show there so that Helvis and Capsy would fall back.
Well, they might get caught out. Heal falls out and flash from Capsy. No, both flashes down. Chafilo flashes forwards. They will go on to Capsy. Will they get to reset? They get to reset now. Lakinta does not rocket jump further as Pucinc is there to assist his AD carry. And, well, forcing out the mistakes, a big overextension from Helvis and Capsy near the Tribrush.
Yeah, and that is going to be the Mountain Drake for Big Engineer 4. That's just going to give them, basically not giving it to Team Salamata is why they would want to pick it up, as for now they don't really need it, as they won't be taking any turrets anytime soon, but it's going to give them a lot of help dealing against Team Salamata.
And well, now everyone's super low. Mate jumps in, and Gaze comes out, and well, kill goes to Mate now. Is traded. Pucinc is kiting away Ruski Karistai. Everyone's falling super low. Ruski Karistai flashing away. Helvis is back in the action with the BF sword. Now will he catch out Ruski Karistai? Gets rooted. And that will be end of the trade, and that was 1-for-1 or 1-for-2 in favor of Team Salamata. I'm not sure though.
It was
1-for-2.
Yeah, it was 1-for-2.
And on top of that, quite a few minions for Helvis to pick up, and they can just freeze the wave right now if they wish to do so, and they will.
And that just is going to that's just going to be so hard for Big Units 4's bot lane, as they won't be able to get any farm or maybe even XP.
And well, pretty rough top lane matchup for Rouge, as well as, well, it's up to Yaf to lose it. And well, Rouge goes in for the dive and gets the kill. Will he get killed in response? No, the Triumph saves him. And yeah, clean dive. Yaf did have the flash, but so did Rouge. None of them used it. Now Chafilo on top side. Can he kill full Rage Renekton here? He should be careful not to die himself.
Yeah, he doesn't have level 6 yet.
And flashed away, and Pillar put down a little bit, well, a little bit too close.
Yeah, didn't expect the flash, but that's a flash push Renekton now. They could try and gank him again.
I'm on bot lane. Quite a turnaround from Inafa and Lakinta, but a lot of pressure coming down from Helvis and Capsy, and even Mate came in to help. Now he's going to take the Mountain Drake. No one there to contest him. Ruski Karistai is just going to clear the pink, and they're pretty much unaware that Mountain Drake is being taken right now.
And they don't have.
Or maybe they'll see. Maybe they'll see.
Yeah, he was.
And the plant
did he say that?
Used on the
I don't think he
different
saw.
side. Probably not, but they have a clue. They should have a clue what's happening. So let's see, on bot lane, almost 40 CS lead for this gen already.
Yeah, maybe falling a bit too far behind on CS, but it's pretty hard for them to do anything in that lane. They just don't want to die, and maybe wait for Yoff to help them out, as he is going to find Mate in his own jungle.
And this time on mid lane as well, much more even matchup. Well, Swain versus Cassiopeia. I don't know if any of them have a real kill pressure, and the junglers were not on mid lane to try to influence the lane as well. They got kills from roaming to the bot lane, both of them. And well, will Rouge go for another dive? He does have the ultimate. Now he's looking for a stun, dashes in, uses the ultimate. Now Yaft flashes away and will survive. Rouge will still be something like third of his HP. Does not have the flash to try to repeat gank, the repeat dive. Yaft will just play it safe, recall, probably teleport back to lane, and yeah, here it comes.
And yeah, this is the point where Rouge can just almost one-shot Yaft, so it's going to be a lot harder for Gangplank to do anything this lane. And again, this is when
Rouge going in on top lane, just taking a half HP with one combo. Now Putinch in trouble. Now use Petrifying Gaze to stun Chofilo, and what a sidestep on the snare from Putinch, and gets out alive, not even using the... He didn't have the flash, only the heal. And yeah, the movement speed from heal and phase rush was enough to get him out to safety.
Yeah, Elvis now damaging the third bot lane, is trying to get some damage, but will not do anything else, as bot lane has came in, are going to play it safe.
And a little bit more even game than the game one. Now Mata again on the bot lane. The spear almost hits. That would be like max range. And probably a dead Lakinta after the curtain call. And now Chofilo on bot lane to try to defend the turret, but can they 3v3 this? Now the pillar again barely misses to trap Capsy there. And they're slowly pushing it down, and I don't know if VU4 can defend this. They'll try,
but I expect not to go.
Is super low. He should be careful. One spear and he's dead.
If Putinch would have had enough mana, most likely they could have attempted to dive here. But Capsy is going to fall below.
But Capsy still has the flash, still has the, well, used the ultimate. And now Inafu almost falling. Curtain call comes down, 2 members. Super low. Chofilo misses, well, dodges 1, dodges 2. And only the 4th shot hits, but it was on a full health Tristana. And VU4 are still holding on. They are still holding on. Now Putinch and Roskakirsta have joined the action. Everyone's on bot side, except for the top laners. And Rouge might get first third blood on top lane meanwhile. Yeah, well, this all is happening.
Yeah, but Lakinster went on to Mata, but was not able to finish off the kill. But that is going to make him fall back. The top lane turret does fall in favor for Team Solo Mata. So...
And well, this only will accelerate the spike for Nekton. He will surely be able to one-shot. And well, rocket jump comes in, Lakinta gets polymorph. Now Gangplank ultimate comes down, and Yaft gets the kill on the Capsy. Helps the next target, but they're too low to dive here and there. He was a little bit too far.
Yeah, and Yaft getting his first kill of the game will help him a lot. But now Chofilo in trouble as spear lands.
And well, one more hit and Elvis secures it. Now on this bot side, it was 40 CS, now it's 60 CS lead for Elvis. Now he's getting lower. Now Lakinta is not able to jump in. Now flash Petrifying Gaze only slowing them. Mate gets 1 kill, and Afu is going to be the next one. Will Mate survive? The heal comes through, and Mate gets double kill. And the top lane turret.
Bot lane turret.
Bot lane turret, yeah.
Hype. Yeah, VU4 are losing this now, but it's to be expected from them. Maybe they shouldn't be losing it as hard as they are doing it. 6k gold behind now, but they will, at one point, they'll be stronger than TSM. They just have to get to that point if they can. And Helvis is going to deal a lot of damage throughout the game, as the only, I would say, real tank for VU4 is the Swain. I think he will be the tankiest of the team.
Maybe the Trundle. We'll have to see.
If the Trundle holds Rouge, then he'll be pretty tanky.
And well, the next Drake coming in about a minute is going to be Inferno Drake. So further pushing down the snowball from Team Solmata. Now let's see what they decide to do. Well, yeah, top lane and bot lane has fallen already, the tier 1s. Now mid lane is the last one open. And can they push it down against the Swain? Swain already finished the Rod of Ages. He is pretty tanky, and they should respect his damage as well.
Yeah, but Jin has Infinity Edge as well, so if he gets lucky with the crits...
70 CS lead.
If you get lucky with the crits, then he should be able. I think they should be able to 2v1 Swain. And they are going to start the 1-3-1 with Cassiopeia bot side.
They just want to hold it off till the Infernal Drake comes up, then they'll take the Drake probably. Rift Herald afterwards, since it's pretty hard pushing down the mid lane. And well, Elvis gets rooted, but the shields come through. Raski Karstai dodges the slow from Lulu and uses the ult to go in, but he's a little bit too close of range, doesn't want to flash in, and if that snap would have landed, then probably Lulu ult will come back. And Renekton in. Kernikal comes down, Lakinte super low levitate, gets it with the spear, and now Raski Karstai pretty tanky. Rouge is looking for something, but he might die here. Dodges the barrel barely, and now Team Solomata are pushing down the mid lane. The Gangplank ultimate comes down, Putinj in trouble, Pillar gets put down, 2-man, Petrifying Gaze comes through, and Putinj falls. Now Raski Karstai is looking for a Helvis. He gets slowed by the captive audience. Rouge jumps in, a big combo comes through and dashes away. Now Mata from the side trying to get Chafilo, lowers, will the spear hit, spear misses, but Helvis with the 4th shot gets the kill on the Chafilo. Raski Karstai and Yak will be able to push out mid lane, so the turret will survive. But yeah, what's gonna happen with the Inferno Drake now, since Team Solomata are super low?
And all Vegan Unit 4 members are already there. Yoft is looking for Mata, but will not continue as the Deadly Flourish comes out from Helvis. Rouge is going to fall back as well, and Vegan Unit 4 start to Drake, but Chafiol is not there, so Team Solomata could try and steal this away.
And well, the barrel comes down, hits Mata, and Mata gets lower, but he'll be able to jump away. Now Drake is super low, will reset though. And Helvis didn't back, just went right around the corner, cleared the minions, and now he's half a health already. Helvis super low, and Tristana jumps in, gets the kill on a Helvis, jumps back. Now resets come. 1 kill on the Nafu as well. Rouge in trouble, Sandwich, will he die there? He does. Chafilo secures the kill. Now what's gonna happen next? Raski Karstai, and well, he gets the root off onto Mata, but a little bit too slow as Chafilo falls. Now Lakinte too low to jump in, and that was one hell of a trade. 3 dead from Team Solomata in response of only Nafu dying. But Team Solomata gets the Drake though.
Yeah, and the action has died down, the dust has settled, and everybody is just looking to get anything that they can out of this. Both of the carries, well, not both the carries, but Vegan Units 4 Millionaire and Bottle ADC are Bindline, pushing it out together, as all lanes are completely pushed in on Team Solomata.
And it was nice seeing Lakinte jumping in for the play. Now again jumping in and flashes and gets the kill on Capsy. Gets the fourth proc on the rocket, and now Helvis pushed out of bot lane as Raski Karstai comes in with the teleport. They're looking to get the tier 1 on bot lane.
But
Kernikal comes down. Everyone's a little bit too healthy. He's just trying to clear out the minions. Will get them. And well, will this defense go through? It seems like it will for now. Raski Karstai goes in on Helvis, uses the ultimate. Will Helvis survive this? He's a little bit too low, flashed away, and he gets the kill on Raski Karstai, but will get traded by Yoft.
And now will Yoft be able to pick up the bot lane turret? Should be, as Rouge and Putin are going to finish off the mid lane turret, and as well Mata picked up Rift Herald, so that will be one tool that they can use to further to push in the base even further. Now Yoff did not finish off the turret, is going to back off as...
But the minions will kill it.
Will they?
Yes, they will.
Yes, they will.
And Helvis almost with the Flame Horizon onto Lakinte. Almost 80 CS lead. And well, Lakinte will pick some of the CS on top side as there's a huge wave on top lane. We'll get the next one as well. And now already with the Berserker Greaves, with the Infinity Edge, looking to get that static shift. And well, we've seen Lakinte making some plays, jumping in. And this is what we want to see from this Tristana in order to come back in this game. Now, compared to game 1, they're not 18K behind 20 minutes, only 5K this time.
Yeah, and that's a big step for them, as it's also going to be really hard for Team Salamatta to open up the base. They have a lot of poke, but Vegan Unit 4 have a lot of wave clear on their side.
It's pretty hard stepping up up against Swain and Gangplank. One misstep and yeah, the same trundle as well. Pillar can just zone them away, and I would say that Vegan Unit 4 have the superior siege comp and the superior teamfight comp. And they are pushing the middle tier 1. Will they get it? One more hit will be enough, or will it? It is not now. Lakinta jumps away, gets super low by Putinch, and the spears coming through. Now Kurnikal comes down. Will Helvis get something? He gets Chaffee low. Now looking forward, gets the root off on the Yaft. Meanwhile, Rouge just pushing down the bot lane, getting tier 2.
Yeah, Team Salamatta were able to get a 1 kill in a 4v5 situation, while Rouge just pressuring bot lane is going to start.
And Lakinta might be in trouble. Rouge does have the flash, so he should be careful. Mate using Drift Hero bot lane, and all of the TSM is bot lane. Now the turret is a little bit too healthy, but maybe they'll get it now. Ultimate from Gangplank comes through, but Rouge flashes in, dashes through, gets the kill onto Inafu. And well, Putinch might be in trouble with Capsi as well. Super low, everyone's super low. Can they kite this? Helvis is the first one fall. Now Putinch will get some movement speed out of that. Now Capsi also like 50 HP, even less than that. And getting only 1 kill, that's super unfortunate for Vegan Unit 4.
Yeah, but they did manage to defend the trade as Chaffee was going to fall to Mata. Mata just sneaking in that brush, was looking for the kill and found it. Now Yoft and Raskarste both again on mid lane want to get that mid lane trade, or no, they want to get some vision around Baron so that they would know if TSM started. As the mid lane trade does fall as well, slowly getting the gold back. Only now 2 turrets behind,
but 7k behind.
Well,
in
7K,
comparison to 5k
yeah,
a couple of minutes ago. And now Rouge will be on top for some reason, and yeah, I understand why. In 50 seconds, Infernal Drake's coming up, so Rouge will just try to push down top lane. Will force Yaft to stay there, and if he doesn't, Rouge will just get free turrets again.
Yeah, but I think that Yaft has more pressure than Rouge. Well, if they start teamfight, then Yaft can just ult there and will be able to deal a lot of damage there as well. So it's not going to be too bad for Vegan Unit 4.
But Yaft can get dived by this crazy Renekton.
Yeah, 3, 1, and 5 has a lot of damage, has the split pushing build, and has also the 1v1 build. Isn't too tanky yet, but his ultimate is enough to help him out in that case.
And if Team Salamatta gets the second Infernal Drake, then with Jin's new Rage Blade build, it's going to be absolutely crazy. So Vegan Unit 4 going for the Baron. Team Salamatta are trying to follow through. Now Vegan Unit 4 backs up. Rouge goes in 1v5, still alive. Will he survive this? And he does shields, and Lulualt comes through. He's still alive. Yaft falls to Cassiopeia. And a big curtain call from Jin. Completely dissuade Vegan Unit 4. Now Helvis might be in trouble, gets Pillar down. Another heals and shields combination will make him survive, but he falls at the end. Lakinta gets lower. Now Rouge wants some blood, so does the rest of Team Salamatta. They get Raski, Karistai, Lakinta, the last man alive. Matu will be the one to try to get that, but he gets ulted away, and Lakinta even tries to flash, but it is not in time as Matu just bursts him down, and now Team Salamatta will get the Baron.
Yeah, and that is going to be the first Baron of the game picked up for them. Inferno Drake is also going to be what they can pick up as the next objective. Are they going to go for it straight away? It does seem like it. As yeah, Mata and Putinch both are pretty healthy, are able to take it.
And well, now Baron buff, 2 Infernals. Jin will finish up the Rage Blade pretty soon, and with the front line Jin, as Helvis likes to play him, it's going to be pretty rough as he'll be able to just decimate Vegan Unit 4.
Now Capsy is clearing some water around the jungle area, but the river area, so that Vegan Unit 4 wouldn't know where Team Salmata actually is. They are gonna go with the Helvis top lane, and Rouge is going to be mid lane, bot lane. I mean, split pushing that one.
And Helvis nearly reaching the flame horizon, now at 90 CS lead. But he should be careful. We saw what Kaiser can do in these kind of situations. And Helvis smartly backs away.
Rouge still having a lot of pressure this game, and it does seem that Renekton is one pick that you should ban away, as Mata is coming for Yoft, and
Yoft falling super low. One more jump from Mata should be enough, and Yoft falls. Now, Jin is not there. He took the Krugs. Now we'll have the Rage Blade. And yeah, a little bit of sloppy play, I would say, from Team Salmata, since now they have one member off Vegan Unit 4 side, and they will not be able to capitalize with an inhibitor probably.
Yeah, just getting the middle and third, but that is a big wave crashing into in there. So, but yeah, they won't be able to walk up, as a lot of damage from the team is missing in Helvis.
Helvis still in base. Went to take a short break probably.
Had to take
His team doesn't mind, since they just took the turret and back off. And now Helvis is back with the Rage Blade, with the Infinity Edge, with the Rapid Fire Cannon, ready to pull out some chaos from Vegan Unit 4 side.
Yeah, and this is going to be hard for Vegan Unit 4 to clear these waves, but still they have Gangplank, they have Tristana, they have Swain, so they have enough wave clear to deal with this.
But can they survive a forced fight from Team Salmata right now? That's the question.
I think no. My prediction is that if they're...
And well, Lakinta is looking for a jump in. Doesn't really want it, as he sees Putinch over the wall. Backs away.
And Vegan Unit 4 are just going to go bot lane and try and protect that inhibitor, as Raskar still finds Putinch.
Well, what's gonna happen there? Putinch in trouble, is going to get killed, or is it? The shields save everyone again, and Helvis diving 1v3. Will he get the triple kill? And well, the barrage comes down from Gangplank, but that's not enough. Triple kill goes to Helvis. That's going to be the inhibitor, most likely the game as well, since there's 20 seconds on Inafu. And yeah, an ace, and a pretty convincing game from Team Salmata. And I want a series from them, actually. Just putting down the pressure. They did not let Vegan Unit 4 breathe at any point during these two games.
Yeah, and they showed a really good showing both of the games. First game was a complete another perfect game. That's what I want to say. A perfect game from them. 0 kills, 0 turrets fall. This time I would say Vegan Unit 4 had a better draft, but and I would say that yeah, Vegan Unit 4 had a better draft this game, but still TSM found the openings that they needed to get the kills, and a bit maybe forced unlucky fights from Vegan Unit 4 around the Baron, especially that one fight. But I think that they didn't have to force it there, or at least wait a little bit longer until Team Salmata start the Drake, as they were really fast to rotate. And after this, they are really strong, and they are 8 right now in the season. I think that places them 6th, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think 6th, and then Keep Yourself Alive are 9-7. So an upgrade for them, and both these games were really good.
And yeah, after these games, so 2-0 for Team Salmata. Now we'll have an interview in a short break with the AD carry from Team Salmata, Helvis. Welcome back to the BSL, and we are in. We have Elvis on the phone. We'll ask a couple of questions after this dominant 2-0. So, how you doing, Elvis?
I'm doing awesome. I am so ecstatic about this win. We played so clean, and hallelujah, 2-0 is ours. Happy.
So the first question is going to be, what do you think about the competition in BSL specifically in the bot lane? Since it seems like, with an exception of a couple of games, you've had a pretty dominant 2v2s together with Capsy.
Yeah, actually, I'm a little bit surprised. In beginning of season, I was a little bit skeptical about the competition. I thought that maybe teams would be like low diamonds and we would stomp everyone, but actually, yeah, like Lithuanian teams are fine, and general, like almost every team is trying pretty hard, with some exceptions, and yeah, depends a lot on matchups as well. So it goes in its own way every game differently, kind of like that.
Okay, and what are your like predictions of which 4 teams are gonna go to the Hypertown LAN festival?
Well, I'm not really certain about the standings right now, but like probably Iron Wolves goes for sure. It seems like Žalgiris have also like clinched their spot, and third, fourth, I'm not sure. It's like Falcon E5 or Keep Yourself Alive. I hope we can still manage to do something, but it seems kind of hopeless. But we'll see. I would like to be between the 4 teams that goes there, but yeah, the situation isn't the best one.
And the final question is, today you played with a different mid laner, so was that just a substitute for this 1 week, or are you thinking of holding him for the next week as well?
Well, Putinj did awesome job for us today, and like it would be great if he could play for us next week as well. So we will try to manage to get him as our mid laner against the Imanta 5.
Thank you so much for taking your time out to answer a couple of questions. So, is there anything you want to say to your fans? Some just up-and-coming AD carries that really want to be the top players at BSL and maybe contest you for in the next season?
Yeah, always invade.
But you didn't invade these games.
Oh, well, I tried, but my team was spam pinging. Couldn't.
Okay, thank you, Elvis, for your time. This was Elvis from Team Solmata after the dominant 2-0 today. Now we're going to have a small break, and after this break, we'll see some CSGO action.
Good.